Greg Pak and Raphael Ioneko make a big return to Red Space as Darth Vader ventures into the Red Nebula in search of the Emperor's plans on Exegol, but all he and Ochi of Bestoon find are horrors beyond imagination. Greg Pak continues to impress me with what he is doing with Darth Vader right now, exploring the man's shattered frame of mind and where he stands when it comes to his son, and his allegiances to the Emperor and the dark side. I like that this issue dived into the weirder cosmic side of the galaxy, something that's seldom touched on in Star Wars, but when it is, it's so damn good. I love giant space monsters, and even more so when they're inspired by the Cthulhu mythos, which the Sumer Verminoth was definitely inspired by, as well as its name being a play on the Sumer Gorath from Marvel, which I thought was quite cool. I enjoyed the sort of alternate futures, alternate history that it showed Vader, and it showed how everything in his life could change in an instant with his son, and I'm intrigued to see how that spurs his motivations going forward, not just in going to Exegol, but also going into Return of the Jedi, since right now he's not in the frame of mind that he was in that film, which was very adamant that he was still part of the dark side and part of the Emperor's plan. So I'm intrigued to see what he will find on Exegol that will make him just do a completely 180 in how he is at the moment. Raphael Ioneko also delivers some really wonderful visuals thanks to the story taking weirder horror turns, allowing him to play around with the color red again that he's been using throughout the series to showcase Vader's rage and anger. I love the vision sequence when Vader was shown the nightmares of alternate futures and outcomes of fights he's had, and how they were paneled with the creature's tentacles around it, also signaling that it's being influenced by the creature and the creature has a hold over Vader's mind. Darth Vader issue 10 was a fantastic continuation of Vader's strange odyssey through his own mind and through space as he ventures closer towards learning the Emperor's secrets on Exegol. I've thoroughly enjoyed where Greg Pak is taking the character and look forward to more cosmic horror action next issue. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Darth Vader issue 10 finds Vader and Ochi confronting the giant space squid that is blocking the path to Exegol. Ochi demands they return, but Sly Moore, who arrives with a fleet of Star Destroyers, bombards Vader from behind. Moore says that Vader has her respect, but the Emperor has sent her to complete Ochi's mission, and now thanks to the Destroyers, Vader's time is up. Vader says like Ochi, she will fail as he turns to attack the Destroyers. The Admiral knows that he'll never pierce their shields and the cannons will finish him off, but Sly doesn't want to wait for the cannons, sending out a squad of TIE fighters, wondering how Vader's brute force will face against a bigger brute force. Vader's fighter is bombarded by the TIE fighters, causing him to divert away from the destroyers as Ochi pleads with Vader to stop, since this leads to their death. Vader for once agrees with the assassin, blowing through the TIE fighters and surprising the Imperials on how many he is going through in such a short time. Sly doesn't care, knowing the Admiral has many more, deploying hundreds of TIEs to go after Vader, who heads straight for the Red Nebula and the monster, which destroys TIEs with its tentacles. The Admiral is shocked at the sight of the creature, learning from Sly Moore it's a subspecies of the Sumer Verminoth, the greatest predator in the galaxy, but this one evolved to hunt its own kind, and its attacks transcend the physical. In the nebula, Vader can feel the creature entering his mind as he barely evades the creature's maw. The Imperials are impressed, wondering if they shall pursue him into the nebula, but Moore tells them to calm themselves, since he requires no further bravery from the Imperials or his crew, since Vader cannot escape the nebula. Ochi meanwhile celebrates their victory, but the nebula begins seeping into the pod and infecting his mind as well. Vader is shown Obi-Wan Kenobi, striking him down like he did on the Death Star before, calling for the creature to stop with the distractions. Soon he finds himself confronting Luke on Bespin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar, where he cuts Luke's hand off and Obi-Wan cuts his legs and arm off. The vision, however, changes how the events played out though, as Vader is the one who loses the fight on Bespin and even sees his son on Mustafar, standing in Obi-Wan's place. He tells Luke he is his father and the boy can destroy the Emperor and it's his destiny, but Luke kills him, stabbing him with his lightsaber before joining the Emperor, who says that this is the boy's destiny. Vader and Ochi are flung from the nebula on the other side, crash landing on Exegol. Disembarking from the craft, Ochi calls for Vader, knowing the creature got into his head and showed him how he died. Vader, however, is confronted by the creature again, knowing this isn't how he will die, since he doesn't fear death, as it's simply not an option. Vader uses the Force on the creature, prompting Ochi to tell him that that's cheating and the Emperor will absolutely kill him for that. Vader says that many have said such promises and hope to fill him with fear, but fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to power. The creature itself submits to Vader's will, allowing Vader to climb onto it and ride it towards the Emperor's citadel on the mysterious ancient planet.